Hey guys, my name is Faye Louise,
And I'm Chelsea,
and this is Now That's What I Call a Talk Show,
bringing you all the latest in entertainment,
and all the latest in discussions
fashion,
and news. Well, we've got an exciting show for you today. We've got some great guests,
We have the fabulous singer Melanie Williams,
and we have the most talented, handsome Paul Sullivan.
and we also have the founder of the Teesside Cannabis Club, Michael Fisher.
I can't wait to get my teeth into him. No pun intended, guys. So, it's time for Now That's What I Call Entertainment. On entertainment today, we've got RuPaul.
We are talking about The Voice,
It has levelled up. We're also going to be discussing Dancing on Ice.
and that interview with Jim Davidson.
Oh, that interview.
But before we do any of that, we just want to say rest in peace to the following: Ken Dodd,
Oh.
who sadly passed away; Stephen Hawking. I've been saying Stephen.
I love. Well, how funny was that? As we were saying, Stephen Hawkins and
Jim. That is so disrespectful. We do apologise about this. Right,
but what a time to get the giggles! What a time to get the
Get
giggles!
it out the system.
Oh well, my days! But no, sadly, they are no longer with us, and they were legends in their own right.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm so sorry! Oh god, it's like
Right.
Phil Schofield, Holly all over again.
Right.
Oh, I feel like
Get
I'm
on
on
with
this
it.
morning.
Get on with it.
Right, guys. So anyway, RuPaul. Well, what a non-episode this was.
Totally.
Once Bendler de Creme went, it was it was an absolute crap show. I mean, seriously, I couldn't understand when and then where. Stop laughing. You've got me giggles. When and where. They brought someone back because, to be totally honest, once again, the curse did arrive.
Oh.
And they were kicked out straight away.
Yes, so those that haven't seen it, last week Morgan came back to the show, and this week Morgan left.
Yeah, that was
So-
really, really sad. And, I mean, come on, guys. Did she really offend you all by wearing a fat suit?
Oh, Shangela, yeah, she's been getting a bit of a backlash because she won her lip sync and she wore a fat suit. But the whole point of drag, as we discussed last week, it's a parody. It's supposed to be funny. It's meant to make people laugh. Don't take it seriously. She wasn't making fun of anybody. She was just doing a performance. So
She was stealing the show. She had to steal the show. She was fighting to choose who she wanted to get rid of. So there you go. But that show was a letdown. But guess which one wasn't? The Voice.
surprise, surprise.
It totally leveled up. I mean, seriously, there was these two girls who stole the show. They were in a battle, and one of them obviously got straight through, but then one of them got stole. She was amazing. Honestly,
Yeah.
they are going to be in the final.
Phenomenal.
I predict that.
Phenomenal talent.
But what a letdown Dancing on Ice was.
Ugh.
Not because of the winner, because Jake was really good. He did deserve to win one reality show he'd
Well,
been on.
bless him, he did.
He'd done the X Factor twice, and he was in the jungle.
Didn't win that.
Yeah, I think he did some E4 makeover show. Yeah, still looked the same. And then he did Dancing on Ice,
And he's finally won.
he won. But the girl from Coronation Street, who not only last week dedicated the song to the survivors and the victims of the Manchester bombing, but also Coronation Street this week have just dedicated a seat that's going to be in every episode. She was my winner, and I kind of think she kind of won anyway. But the talent, he had a broken, a fractured wrist, sprain, sorry, and he still won. He overpowered it. He was really, really, really good. And you know, big it up. He'll be on the show probably next week. We'll do a vote.
Uh-huh.
Should we try and get him on the
Should we
show?
get Jake Cricket
The
on
winner
the
of
show?
Dancing on Ice on. Well,
Yes, that interview.
oh, the interview with Jim Davidson.
And with Piers Morgan as well. So with them two on the telly, it is literally like being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, ugh. Ugh.
It wasn't comfortable. But the only thing I can actually take from it is he did so much for the armed forces. Like, he gave back in so many ways. But I always think, not that I'm accusing him of anything, because any type of misogyny or kind of harassment isn't very nice anyway. But the fact of, no one's going to like me here, but the guy that died, not recently, but was obviously involved with loads of paedophile stuff. And he did loads of charity.
Oh, Jimmy. These names escape us so bad.
Anyway, he doesn't even need a name because he was so disgusting. But he did so much charity. So, did Jim Davison do loads of charity because he was such an arsehole towards women? And let's face it, had so many wives. His wife was in the audience like that. Yeah. And literally, I didn't mean to, like, when I was watching, I just thought, God, she's happy with her allowance every month. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I took from it. It was really uncomfortable, not a very nice look, and there was loads cut out. Like, he was meant to have really been racist, really been sexist, and we hold him up as a legend. And I kind of think, you know, just because you do good stuff, if you're a total arsehole in the back, then I'm sorry, get off the stage.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone says, like, who would defend him would kind of say that he's just a relic of his time. It's like old-fashioned, but the way he just talks about women, the way he talks about people in general, like, I'm sure my father wasn't brought up to speak to women like that, and you know what I mean? You can't just say it's because of the time.
That's total baloney, because he was still offensive now, so they cut bits out, so he was still offensive, he still had that, like, mindset going on. Our next guest is going to join us soon. Melanie will be joining us live, just trying to get her sorted. Melanie is a very talented singer. She has been doing her career for a very long time. I'm just looking for a guy to know. We all love this part. If we can't get Melanie now, we will bring Paul straight on. Paul is our second guest from The Apprentice. Not only a businessman, but I've heard Madame Two Swords are going to give him a sculpture. Is it in the waxworks, guys?
You heard it here first.
Oh, is that a little bit of a joke? I do apologise, Paul. But no, moving straight over, I don't think we're going to get Melanie. She just isn't online, which is fine. Don't worry, I'm sure she'll work it out. A day of technology these days.
Yeah.
I fight against it. But we are going to go straight on the discussions. And today we're going to be talking about how to let you take this one, darling.
Right, so this week is the first ever You Can Care Week. It's a week which is going to be raising awareness about how we care for people and support people in their own homes, specifically the elderly. And it's kind of bigging up the carers, because often the carers aren't really given, they're not given as much praise as they should be getting.
They're not in the spotlight, and they should be.
They're not in the spotlight, and so this is what this week is all about. It's kind of raising awareness. Today is actually the focusing on caregiver inspiration, so how people who work as support workers or carers can inspire the people that they're looking after. I know that is true for a fact, because I do work as a support worker, and this is something that is really, really, really close to not just my heart, but it's close to Faye's, and I'm sure it's close to a lot of your hearts as well, because I'm sure a lot of us will have relatives or had relatives that were elderly and either had to go into a home or maybe got care at home, and you know, it's just about giving the good care.
Absolutely, but also I feel like we forget, you know, carers aren't, you know, mature women who are really prepared and trained. Some carers are children who are having to care for a family member or having to care for, I mean, if I'm honest, their own parents. And you see it a lot, and they're not appreciated. And what irritates me, I've seen many programmes where it's been a case of, oh, you know, we're visiting Sarah, she's a young carer, she cares for her mum. And I'm thinking, how are you doing a TV show about this? Why has the government not stepped in? And it was showing you how they kind of did things such as, oh, she gets a breakaway, like she gets to go away. And I was thinking, well, so you're going to give her a day trip out, but let her fit the bill for caring for her own mum? Shouldn't we have stepped in? And then we have our care, my grandma, she had to have carers before she passed away, and she hated it. She wouldn't open the door, she wouldn't let them in, and it was more of a stubbornness. She was so set in our ways. And the thing is, I'll put this out there, if your parents needed care, would you allow care to come to the home? Would you do it yourself? or would you let them go to a retirement home where they have 24 hours? My mum would move in with me, obviously, because that's just who I am, kind of thing. The dogs aren't, but it's fine. And I just feel, for me, I couldn't allow carers to go in. Not because carers aren't good, because I know they are. My best friend's a carer, I mean, seriously. And she cared for me. And that's another thing. Jossie cared for me when I was in a coma a few years ago, and was there by my side when I got out of hospital. Care comes in many forms, and I think people kind of need to see that. It's not just you or my mum when she was caring. And I also feel that there's a bad side of care.
Oh,
the abuse
massively.
that is seen in some care homes by some carers, by some monsters out there who feel that they have some sort of a power that they can abuse because they are looking after someone who is helpless and vulnerable. And I just feel, I mean, even the sentences that these people get, you know, a year community service, and they've basically abused the last few remaining years of an elderly person, stole them because they're going to be so scared. It just upsets me. But, you know, praise this month is a care month.
It's so it's the first start. It's just the week You Can Care Week.
You Can Care Week, and you know, guys, we compel you to care.
We do.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to bring our next guest on because Melanie couldn't join us, which is so unfortunate. And we've got a few discussions. I'm going to get Paul up. Oh, Paul, are you there? We love technology. Paul, if you can just comment and say hello again. Sorry, everyone loves this bit. I mean, seriously.
See, this is the part where we should have got the giggles.
This is the part when we should have got the giggles. Jossie, let them know a little bit about Paul while I'm doing this.
Paul was on The Apprentice. He was on The Apprentice in 2016, and we met Paul recently at an event at the London Fashion Collective. He's a really interesting guy, and we are looking forward to speaking to him when he comes on.
Yes, Paul was at the Fashion Collective in support of children in need. Paul, if you're out there, can you just comment just so we can bring you in? As we all love technology. Honestly. Oh, right there. Yeah, you are. Approve. He's cleverer than us. Melanie Williams is here.
Melanie.
Oh, Melanie will come to you straight after Paul, so don't worry. Oh, Paul, is it okay if we go to Melanie now? We're going to go to Melanie, and then we're going to do Paul. Oh, no, we're not going to go to Melanie. Loving this. Add. No answer from the video request.
Okay, should we try Melanie?
Melanie will try. I just love this. No, Melanie. Right there. Sorry, guys. You know we love it. Right. I think I'm doing it. Wow, I hate technology. Paul Sullivan, hey. Okay, Melanie I can't bring in for some reason. Paul, I can't seem to bring in. Can you see the request at the bottom? If you can see the join the video, you can press that. Sorry, but we love this bit. That's when we should have had the
It's my
giggles.
favourite part of the show.
I've just liked your comment, Paul, so you should be able to come in. Oh, where does the video request come in? We're trying. Are you on your phone? Here. Wait there, guys. This is so us. I'm looking. We're just trying to find everyone. Oh, we have a request. Cross your fingers, guys. Shoulders. Knees and toes. Melanie has just been at it. Sorry, Paul, we will come straight back to you. Hey!
Hi, I'm just going to have to raise the game now. I'm just going to hold you up. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Hi. Oh, the joys of technology.
Yes, well, I think it's our downfall, if I'm honest.
Oh,
I know. I love it when it works. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we
Hi.
can hear you. We can hear you, yeah. Okay, so Melanie, welcome to the show. It's nice to see you again.
I'm sorry that it took us a while to connect, but there we go. It's all about connection, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, when I met you, we were supporting a charity in Manchester to for abuse.
It was the Escape charity, wasn't it? Breaking the silence at the
Yeah, breaking the
Manchester
silence.
City ground. It was, to help victims of child abuse. That's where we met. We were sat on the table together, wasn't it?
Yes, it was
It was
absolutely lovely.
it was lovely to meet you, and I love that. That's my favorite thing, really, is being able to be involved in events like that. I love it when my passion for kind of healing and music come together. That's when I kind of
I
feel
do as
most at
well.
home,
I
I
do as
think.
well. So, Melanie, tell us and tell our viewers, where did it all start for you?
Well, apparently I drove my neighbor mad when I was, living next door to her as a school kid, always singing through the walls because our bedrooms were adjacent, and she used to bang on the wall and tell me to stop singing. Um, but I actually was approached at a party by two musicians who said they were looking for a singer and that I looked like a singer and would I join the band? And initially I was like, no, I'm not really a singer. But I do sing for love. And they just kept hassling me until I joined the band. And it was like a dam bursting. The band was called Adventure. I'm still to this day work with Eric Gooden, who was the saxophonist in the band and became my co-writer. And I ended up just immediately hearing songs and writing as soon as I sort of started working with other musicians. And that was it. I kind of knew that no matter what, that was what I was going to do. It was a lot easier back then, though, I have to say. I didn't think it was easy back then, but it was easier in some ways because you had so much support from the music industry.
And do you feel, as you've mentioned back then to now how it is, do you feel the industry's massively changed? And also, within the industry, we know industries can be a bit cruel and there's, some dodgy characters around. Do you feel, or have you ever felt that there's been that kind of inappropriate behavior within the industry that you're in, especially with music? And do you feel that it has massively changed from when you started to how it is now?
Well, this kind of it has massively changed. It has massively changed because obviously there isn't the same amount of money and support. I mean, my first video that I ever made back in the day cost £40,000. I mean, it's now you can make things so much easier. You can, but you don't have the money and the